And they made their attack, and of course they were all shot down by the Zeros, and except for, well, they were all shot down, but Gay was the one that was in the life raft.
But those guys who flew those planes, they had the guts to make them go and do what they could, you know. But that's the American spirit, though, really.
The TBDs, the torpedo planes, were the worst of the world. I mean, carrying their torpedoes about 100 knots is about as fast as they could go. Imagine this thing, torpedo planes going on this thing, you know, knowing that they had practically zero likelihood of ever getting back, and yet they knew that their mission out there was really essential.
It was like riding in a hearse. And the torpedoes that we had were lousy.
And what was going on for Admiral Nagumo? After getting word that a second strike on Midway was needed, he had a dilemma. Planes had to be rearmed, refueled, and respotted. Unlike American carrier doctrine, the Japanese did not arm and fuel planes on the flight deck. Returning planes had to land and then be moved to the hangar deck. When Commander Waldron and VT-8 made their gallant attack at about 0930, two things happened. The Japanese combat air patrol was brought down from a high altitude, and the Japanese ships maneuvered to evade torpedo attacks and reversed course out of the wind, unable to immediately launch a counterattack. Where were the rest of the American planes?
Commander McCluskey, who was the air group commander, happened to sight a Japanese destroyer down on that was going like hell in one direction. He decided to follow it, and he led them right to the Japs, right to the carriers.
The destroyer was the Arashi, returning to the Imperial fleet after attempting to depth charge USS Nautilus.
Well, then we came there, and here were the three aircraft carriers.
And then when we saw the fleets, of course, you know, you have images of things that you see sitting right here. I can see that fleet just the same as I saw it on June the 4th.
At 0949, cruiser Shikuma radioed carrier Akagi, 14 enemy planes 50 kilometers to port. Thus began the second series of torpedo attacks on the Japanese fleet by planes from the three American flat tops, to be followed by the accidental coordinated attack by U.S. dive bombers.
Here comes the Enterprise torpedo planes. And most of them were shot down, except for a few. And then almost immediately after that, here comes the Yorktown torpedo planes. So one after another, torpedo attacks on this, on three carriers.
The McCluskey and his two pilots, and saw that they missed. And then I watched Earl Gallagher, and he hit, and I thought that probably was his two 100-pound incenters. And next thing you know, hear this whole thing, you know, going from that little thing up into it was a wall of flames like 50 feet high, and coming up towards the front of the ship. Earl Gallagher went as low as is possible. His pullout was probably less than 500 feet. And I don't think mine was much higher than that either, just to make absolutely sure that we're going to get a hit. So I watched and made sure that I had landed, you know, right near the red circle.
Because of the structure of the Japanese ships, the hangar decks have no access to the outside. They're all closed in. So if a bomb goes down to the hangar deck and explodes, it ain't going to be out the side. The explosion won't go out the side. It all takes place inside. So it's just like an explosion followed by an implosion.
I released and immediately turned to counter his attack and got down as low in the water as I could. And we're now in the middle of the Japanese fleet. And it's kind of comical. My real seat gunner, Anderson by name, said, "Let's get the hell out of here." And I said, "What do you think I'm trying to do?"
Dive bombers from the Enterprise in Yorktown successfully attacked 3 Japanese carriers, Akagi, Soryu, and Kaga. But Hiryu was not hit.
But as of 10:20 in the morning, not a single ship had been damaged. And at 10:25 or 10:26, depending on who you listen to, 3 carriers were sunk.